Good morning, everybody. It is meteorologist A's weather forecast back with another weather update. This is going to be an update or an upload on the severe weather for parts of the eastern part of the country through the Midwest, two parts of the South Central. So all these storms or all these areas that are going to be getting some severe weather were actually all from yesterday's big bands in the plains in the South Central, because they were taking a turn yesterday to the south, and now it's going to be going up through parts of the eastern part. So guys, if you guys do want to know the impacts on these storms, like how many bands were going to your area, the timing, and what what you can generally expect with these storms, that'll all be coming right up. Alright, everybody, so we're actually going to be now taking a look at the National Weather Service with the active alerts. We do not have a lot of action based on active alerts, no severe thunderstorm warnings, no severe thunderstorm watches, nothing like that yet, because these storms have not really developed yet, but they will develop in the next couple hours. And they're actually just going to be through many areas, the eastern part of the country, through parts of the Midwest, through parts of the South Central. They're going to be a bit smaller bands in these areas. They're not going to be big bands like we've seen like yesterday, like that, for example. We're not going to see those big, tremendous bands with the multiple cells. So, what we have right now, though, is we do have flood warnings, though. We do have flash flood warnings, very small counties right here in the north, near the Tulsa area. We do have some flash flood warnings, and then we do have flood advisories for the Missouri area, and then some more flood advisories for these areas that have been getting a lot of rain near that Mississippi river area. So, guys, that's what it's looking like for active alerts. Again, nothing big yet, but I won't be surprised if we see some tornado watches or severe thunderstorm warnings as we go in later into the day for the eastern part of the country and parts of the Midwest. So now for day one, which will be today, we actually do have three areas, or let's go three regions that can have up to a slight chance there. We're going to have not only a multiple day threat, we're going to have a multiple area where they can get this threat. So we have the eastern part of the country, the Midwest, and the central or the southern plains, or the South Central, if you're gonna say, or the Texas area. Three different ways to say it. But we're actually gonna have a population of 43 million people, and a slight chance we're gonna have a lot of cities that can expect some severe weather today. So let's start off with the eastern part of the country. There, it's gonna bring in a lot of areas from the Ohio Valley to the southeast. We're gonna have the Cleveland, Ohio area, Atlanta, Georgia, and Columbus, Ohio. And now let's take a look at the Midwest. Now we're going to have Milwaukee, Madison, Wisconsin there. And then we're actually going to have Chicago in there too. And then we're going to have some more small little towns there in the Texas area that can get some more severe weather. And then all around these, we do have marginal risk that will cover 54 million people, including the San Antonio area, Detroit, Michigan, Indianapolis, Baltimore, and Charlotte. So that's basically what we're going to be seeing today. And then if we look at the summary, we do have scattered storms. Some severe with hail or wind are expected today over parts of northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and in vicinity over parts of central southern Appalachians in Ohio Valley, and over parts of west central or southwest Texas. So now we're going to be taking a look at the tornado threat. Very low, only 2% chance. Like I said earlier, not going to be a huge band that we can have the large hail threats or the tornado threats. That's why we have a slight chance. If not, it will be a lot higher, maybe to enhance for moderate. The wind risk is a bit higher, but again, it's not going to be super high. Only 15% chance in these areas that are in the slight chance. You can see, so we have Atlanta, Georgia, Columbus, Ohio, Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Chicago, all this 15% chance of having severe wind. And then hail, though, we do have a bit higher, more into the Wisconsin area and to the South Central. We're only gonna have a 5% chance for these areas that are gonna be in parts of the eastern part of the country. So now we're going to taking a quick look at tomorrow. So tomorrow we can have these bands start to move southward, affecting parts of the Kansas City area, the Overland Park, the Kansas City, Kansas, and Topeka, Kansas, and Independence, Missouri. So that's where we can have this slight chance tomorrow. And then we will have a marginal risk for Oklahoma City, Omaha, Tulsa, Wichita, and Plano, Texas. So it's actually all just in one little area right here. So it's gonna be small, just more including most of just the plains. We're gonna have that severe weather. So that's what it's looking like there for tomorrow. It's gonna be some very small bands though. So guys, now that we've taken a look at the chances of severe weather with the storm or the National Weather Service, and we take the look at the Storm Prediction Center, now we're gonna be taking a look at the radar. So if we go the next hour, so yeah, I said they're gonna develop in the next hour. It's not gonna be that long for us to have these storms. So this is just gonna be some rain. We can have some thunders or two, because these are gonna be very small though. This is what you want to look for some severe weather. This is just mostly some heavy rain for part of the Nashville area to the Tupelo area. As we go more into today, more into the more to the 2 o'clock area, 3 o'clock, we're going to have some very strong storms moving to the Kentucky area. Some very strong storms you can see based on these colors. And then we're going to have that low pressure system start to develop at 5 o'clock there, around there. And that's where we're going to have these very strong bands for the northeastern part of Kentucky, very strong bands for the southern tip of Indiana. And then we're going to have another band right behind this. And then we're going to have some smaller little bands. Like the usual, we have some smaller little bands that will be behind the major part of the storm. Then we're going to have these storms, some more bands start to develop into the Georgia area, just south of the Atlanta area. Very strong storms there. And then we're going to have some more severe weather for the West Virginia area. And then a band for the Appalachian Mountains. We're going to have some severe weather for the Gatlinburg, Tennessee area, for the southern, or for the tip of Virginia. And then these storms will start to cool down a bit more as we go more into tomorrow. So that's the southeast there and parts of the mid-Atlantic. So that's what we're looking like for the next day or so. So you can see some, not going to be one major band. They're all going to be split up into many areas. So now we're going to be taking a quick look at parts of the northeast, because these storms in the southeast will move up of the coast. And so you can see it's going to be moving up. We're going to have some very strong bands for parts of the northern part of Kentucky, southern tip of Ohio, and actually southern tip of West Virginia. And then we're going to have one or two small little bands right underneath there that can actually cause some very heavy rain at some times. So then we're going to have these bands start to get a bit bigger, starting to affect the West Virginia and Ohio area, parts of central Ohio, and then we're going to have some more bands for the southern West Virginia area and northern Virginia. As we go more on to more closer to tomorrow, we can have some line of multiple bands, just a line of multiple bands up into the central part of New York, and then these can go on off into the New England area. We can actually have some very strong bands for the Connecticut and Massachusetts and Rhode Island area, more into the New England area, where you can actually have some very strong rain there, and then that's going to go off the coast into the Atlantic and affect some Maine with some light to moderate rain. Possible flooding though, but maybe no more than 3 inches. And now we're going to be taking a look at, last but not least, we're going to be taking a look at the Midwest area, when we can have some strong bands today. So we're going to see, so this is what we already looked at, the severe weather for the Ohio Valley. But now we have a low pressure system forming for the northern part of Wisconsin. We're going to have multiple bands forming here. You can see 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here. So we have multiple bands all in one specific area. You can just make it a box. Right here is where we're going to have multiple bands. It's going to be affecting the Madison, Wisconsin area, and that's going to be moving up to affect the Chicago area. And these small, again, guys, I said it was going to be small in these areas, but they can be very small though, but bring some severe weather for the Milwaukee area, and actually bring in some more severe weather for the Detroit and Michigan area. And again, guys, if you guys are going to be on a boat today in the Lake Michigan area, again, I've had experience on the lake with some small little bands that can actually really bring in some strong rain there, especially over the lake area. So that's where we have the very hard rain there. And then also we go more into tomorrow. We're going to have some more heavy rain for the Erie and Cleveland, Ohio area. Some light to moderate rain there, some possible severe weather. So guys, now we're going to be taking a look at the Cape values, since they could be high in some areas. And now we're just going to scooch up to 2 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock, the highest numbers we're going to be seeing is, of course, in the Texas area, where we have a lot of high energy. to create these storms. San Antonio at 5,000 there. We're going to have some 4,700s there and 4,800 for the central part of Texas. Not going to be very high numbers for the southeast. We can have some scattered little areas that can have 3,500 and actually get to 2,900. We're going to skip all the way to 8 o'clock now, where these storms will be coming in through parts of up the coast and the east coast there. We're going to have 4,500 or 4,000 for the Georgia area, and then in the Charleston area, just coming all up there, we're going to have 4,500. Same thing for the Virginia area. We're going to actually have some higher numbers, though, for the Panhandle, 3,900, and the Big Bend, 3,800. And then we go back to the Texas area. We're going to have more into the Wichita Falls area, 4,800, and just very, in general, high 4,000s. And then we go to tomorrow, where we're going to have a bit of a smaller chance there for severe weather, a very small chance, though. We're going to have a higher Cape Valley area. Very strange, though. So now we're going to have 5,000, 5,400, Topeka, Kansas area, Kansas City. We're going to have some major numbers there, 4,800, 5,100. So very generally what we see here is very high 4,000s with some low 5,000s, and typically sometimes mid 5,000s. So now we go more into 8 o'clock tomorrow. Wichita, 5,100. We're going to see some 5,500. So we're actually going to see 6,000 joules per kilogram. 6,200, 6,300. I've never seen anything higher than 6,600, and if we do here, that would be quite crazy. St. Joseph going to be at 5,900. Looks like we're not going to get over what I've seen my highest, and by 11 o'clock, the numbers do start to calm down a bit. Again, not going to be very low though, but not going to be very high. So guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video or update on this severe weather. If you guys do like my content, be free to subscribe. I am gonna do my fall forecast. I'm gonna try to do my fall forecast before this week ends, because I don't want to do it too ahead of time, but also I don't want to do it too late. So I'm thinking about doing it by the week, and then by this week, I'm talking about my first fall forecast, guys, not my final, but my first. So guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, and see you guys in the next video.